Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So I've been noticing that I've only really been making negative content recently, and I really wanted to change that. So today we're going to talk about the best K-pop albums of 2021 which did not get a win. Not to sound like one of those underrated group stans, but the groups that have been receiving their music show wins, for the most part, have not been making very good music this year. If music show wins were purely based on musical quality and I was a judge, these would all have so many wins, but unfortunately that's not the case. But you know, I thought I would just do a little bit of appreciation here. Let me know what you all think of my choices, and also let me know what your favorite underrated albums of the year are. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, let's get into it. Taking on a similar rock sound to that which TXT picked up later on in the year, Love or Take by Pentagon was able to perfectly capture the angsty yet quirky sound that was really dominant in early 2000s Western music, while still keeping an essence that is very true to Pentagon as a whole. Not to be too sappy or anything, but this was the group's last comeback with member Hui before he had to enlist, and the whole vibe of the album felt like a sort of send-off, in the sense that they were saying goodbye, but you could tell from the sound that they're not saying goodbye forever. What I really love about Pentagon is how expressive and full of emotion their voices are, and I think this album is their best showcase of doing that yet. This is my personal comfort album of the year, and even if you don't understand the lyrics, by listening to the songs you can sort of get the message of things might suck now, but everything passes with time. The album is dominated by soft guitar and other garage band instruments, and it gives you this sense of nostalgia that really just reminds you of youth and childhood. Songs like 1+1 and Baby I Love You feel like 3-minute summaries of growing up in music form, and songs like That's Me and Sing a Song feel like childhood memories that you can look back on if you want to smile. The overarching feeling of this album is just cozy, and if you're craving music to just make you feel warm inside, I cannot recommend this album enough.
Somebody say, let's get it, know that that chillin', oh my god.
With how active the K-pop industry is, it's hard to create music that has real longevity, but somehow MCND was able to create an album that is so addicting that it's been the only album that has stuck with me all 10 months of the year, and I think at least some of that has to do with how perfect their member lineup is. Almost every single K-pop group has at least one filler member, but MCND is one of those groups where every single member fills out a role that none of the others could do. MCND Age is an album that has so much personality but doesn't sacrifice any of the musical quality in order to be memorable. The way they're able to perfectly mix Win's deep voice in combination with Castle J's high tones literally is one of the most impressive things that I've ever seen, and I really don't think there's a single group out there that is able to mix such a variety of vocal colors and turn them into one really good group. With how trendy noise music is right now in K-pop, it's really interesting to see a group that is more known for their noise music have a more chill release, but MCND Age is a perfect example of how you can branch out in your sound while still keeping your identity. There's genuinely something for everybody on this album, and whether you're a fan of Blackpink, Twice, or Cravity, you will be able to find a song that you can connect with. This song has 2 upbeat, easy-to-the-ear dance tracks, a soft and lighter simple pop song, an experimental take on pure noise music, and even a full-on camp boxing ring themed song. Not to mention a chill intro and an outro that is so fleshed out that it could really stand alone as its own song. MCND really do get branded as just another one of those 4th gen boy groups, but they really do stand out in my opinion, and they have a discography that really does stand out in the ocean of 4th gen boy groups. As someone who isn't really a big fan of Rocket Punch's music, their Japanese debut album Bubble Up is one of the best things to come out this year. Compared to the rest of their discography, I would say that Bubble Up is sort of an upgraded version of the Juicy album, and while the title track may just be a simple fun pop song, the B-sides are really experimental and super innovative. It's really interesting to me how some of these girl groups can have really underwhelming Korean comebacks, but then their Japanese releases are so good, and this is a perfect example of that. This entire album is just an overture and 4 full songs of pure joy, and if Disney Plus ever wanted to start a K-pop girl group based show, they need to hire Rocket Punch to create an OST, or just star in it. You really can't help but just feel happy as you listen to this album, and it's super hard to not just get out of your seat and start dancing along. If you're into groups like Red Velvet, Loona, or Twice, or even just a casual anime enjoyer, you really do need to check out this album. Everyone's been saying we need more cute concepts, and this is exactly that, and it's really high quality. Game Changer by Golden Child is one of the most cohesive and well put together albums that Woollim Entertainment has ever put out. It's no secret that Golden Child has lost a little bit of their momentum since their wannabe era, but honestly, this is their best album yet for me. A post-apocalyptic theme is something that you wouldn't expect to translate so well into music, but it really does with the sort of creepy cyberpunk sound that it takes on. I would say that each track seamlessly transitions into the next, but the album has some really well-placed abrupt changes in sound that feel like a plot twist that you would expect to see in a zombie movie, which really does add to the overall cohesion of the album. Golden Child are known for their music videos that feel like movies, and this album feels like a movie with all of its well planned out musical storytelling, plot twists and all. And that concludes this video. To be completely honest, it is sort of infuriating to see these perfect albums go unnoticed by the general public, so I'm trying to do my best to get these names out there. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me, consider subscribing. I usually do more negative content than this, but I have a positive video every once in a while. Thanks so much for watching, and without further ado, see you next time.